Hi everybody. We're just going to talk a little bit today about using Google Drive and sharing documents and what it looks like when something is shared with you and how you can share documents with other people and how to give them different levels of access. So I have my drive pulled up here. You can see I've got my drive highlighted. Here is the team drives that everybody is a part of, so you can see I have those as well. And then there's also a level of things that are shared with me. So my drive is anything that I've created. So this is things like it tells you up top things that I open all the time, and then it's down here are my different folders and then my documents that aren't in folders yet. So this is what your drive looks like. You can organize it in different ways. We'll talk about that more at a different tech and service, but today we're going to talk about sharing documents. So if I go into shared with me, these are things that other people have made and then shared to my drive. You can see who created it and who shared it with me. Some people are in the district, other people are just other people I work with from other districts as well or from other organizations. The first one I want to show you is this timeline. If you see back here, it was created by Matt Moore. When I open it up, if I wanted to try to type on it, I can't. Whenever I'm clicking into it, it's not giving me a cursor. I can't do anything. I have very limited options up top. That's because I'm in the view only mode. So when he shared it in a way that I can only see it. I can't edit it. I can send a request to him by clicking on this that I could have access to edit those things. So sometimes you might have to do that if somebody shares it with you in a view only mode. Other times though, if it's something that you were sending out to parents, you wouldn't want to grant that access because you had just created it and you wanted them to be able to see it only. Now, if I clicked up here, I would add it to my drive, and that means I wouldn't just find it in the shared with me, I would find it in my drive. Now, just because I added it to my drive does not mean that I've changed who owns it. In order to change who owns it, I want to make a copy of it, and then that copy is owned by me. That would be in case you were working with somebody outside the district and you worried about maybe sometime that account wouldn't be active anymore. You would want to make sure that you've changed that ownership to you. If you add it to your drive, then that's where you can find it instead of having to go through your shared documents. Here's another example of something that was shared with me. You can see on this one though, I have a lot more options up top here with what I can do. I can rename it, I can do a lot of different editing things because this was shared with me so that I could collaborate on it and both make comments and edit. So you can see that I have a lot of these things. I can share it with someone else. And this one I've already put in my drive, so I now have a folder up here that tells me I can move it to a folder within my drive. You can see that I've made a copy of it because it says copy in the title of it, so it's something that I've made that I can now add to and work with. So those are things that are here in the shared with me folder. Let's say I'm creating something though and I want to share it with someone else. So I'm in a folder here, so I've got these displays, and here is one that I work on, and it's all of these book covers where I print things for the library. If I wanted to share that with someone, I can go up here and email collaborators and find other people, or I can just very easily go over here to the blue button that says share. When I hover over that, it's going to tell me what the level is right now, and it's shared only with me. Here, I can start typing in people's names. So let's say I wanted to share this with the library para. I start typing in her name and I click on it. It brings it up as an email because it's going to email her this document and then she can add it to her drive. This is where I could add a note explaining what I was working on, and then I could send it. This little pencil, when I change that, I can either give Sharon access to edit it, she can comment on it, or she can only view it. And again, that just depends on what you're sharing and who you are sharing it with. The advanced options gives you another thing to think about. If you had a document that you were putting on maybe a website or a form that you were putting into your Google Classroom, is it something that you want anybody to be able to find? If they can search for it, anybody who has the direct link? Does it have to be somebody who is signed into their Gretna account? Do they have to be signed into the Gretna account and have the link? Or do you have to just give it to only certain people, give that access? So think about that again when you're sharing either documents or other Google products that you've created, forms, surveys, etc. And then you can save those. If you have any questions about Google Docs and how to share them with people, or what happens if you share something and then edits are made, please let either Matt or myself know, and we'd be more than happy to help.